And welcome back. This is the Paracord Weaver. And today we're going to talk about the double lanyard necklace, like this one here. We've had a lot of requests over time on how to do this, and I'm going to go ahead and do that today. And it looks like we're going to need 3 different videos. One on how much cord you need, how to begin the double lanyard knot using the cord so that it's in the correct position. Accenting it, that will be one video, and the next video will be the 4-strand round braid into an ending knot, and that'll change. I've made some changes on how I do this, and I wanted to share that with you too, so that'll be in section 2. There's no more visible singes anywhere on these necklaces, so that's a pretty good improvement. And then the third video will be on the clasp end, on how you want to do that. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you need is 2 strands, roughly 12 feet long, of 550 paracord. You can use other cord as well. I'm going to use Bronco blue and orange. And the first thing we do is we put them together and we fold this cord in half. So now we have our 4 ends together on one side, and on the other side we have our 2 looped ends. Okay, and what we're going to do is fold this cord in half again. Okay, so that we have our loops like that. So we have 4 loose ends with 2 loops and then a loop. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the end that has the loose leads on it, like this one here. We're going to make this roughly 3 to 4 inches longer than the loop side. Okay, so we have it right in half here, just like this. And our scratch awl is about 3.5 inches long. So we put it in there, and then we measure, and that gives us about 3.5, 4 inches. That's just what we need. And we just run it up right to our loops. And we'll separate these. Get all of our cords on one side here that need to be there. Okay, so now we have our leads a little bit longer on here, and what we're going to do is we're going to separate our cords however you want the double lanyard knot to look. I like to have mine, the 2 colors together, so we're going to put our finger between it just like that, and then on our face side, our hand side, opened hand side, these leads that come out here are going to be the loose leads here. The back side of your hand should have the loop side. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and start our double lanyard knot. And we just take 2 cords, we're going to twist it, lay it on top, pull our other cord up, take our left leads and go underneath the right lead and then go through that hole. So as you see, we have a diamond knot now. And we take our left leads again, we go underneath, around these cords on this side, and then up the middle. And then we take the other leads, our right leads, which we haven't done anything with yet, and we're going to take this and we're going to go around the other pair and then up the middle. We're going to snug it up. Keep it nice and loose though. We want to just shape it a little bit and make sure that there's no twist in the cord. Okay, now we want to double check our length. So we're going to take and fold this in half, add our double lanyard knot, and then just like this, and then follow it down and make sure that our leads are close to the same length. They don't have to be perfect, but it's good to be really close. So now we're going to go ahead and accent this. And the way we do that is we use our accent cord in a fid. On one end, we're going to singe this end, and we're going to press one of our tools up against it while it's hot so that we have edges on the side here. And the reason we do that is because we want to have something on the accenting cord that's going to hang on to the inside of the double lanyard knot. Okay, let's go ahead and start. And we're going to go from the loop end again. We're going to start from the loop side. And we're going to follow our cord around here. We'll start with this pair here. And you'll see that this pair actually are right here. If you can see that. Let me go ahead and zoom in just a little bit here. See if I can get situated where we can show this to you here. So you can see that this lead is this one. Okay. We want to split those cords. Just like that. Leave yourself a little bit of slack here. And then we want to make sure that our accenting cord goes between our two primary cords. So then we go underneath, just like that. Make sure your cord is separated so that it fits between there. And just continue to follow it around. There we go. And then up. And when we come up, we're going to go right between our two cords. Okay. Just like that. Now don't cut this cord too short. We need a little bit of room to work. So give yourself a couple of inches. And we'll go ahead and singe the end of this. And we'll put our little edge on it. Just like that. Okay, and then now we'll do the other side. And again, we're going to start from the looped end, and we're going to do the other pair of cords over here. So we're going to split them. Yeah, there's a little slack. Don't do that yet. Okay, a little bit. Okay. We're going to split this again. Right there. We're going to follow it around. Over here. Right here. There we go. Okay. And just follow it around. And we're going to split our cord. Watch this. So it's like that. And the back side here. Okay. And just a little bit more on this cord. And it's going to go. There we go. I'm going to get some of these out of the way. So now we have our basic double lanyard knot that's been roughed in with accenting. And let's go ahead and get started and tighten this up. So the first thing we want to do is make one pass where we're just taking some of the slack out. We're not doing a final dressing on the knot yet. So we're going to start this one here. we're just going to pull it up a little bit. You have to be real careful with this one because this lead, if you pull the slack out of this, we need that slack in there because we're going to be doing some things with it in a minute. So let's go ahead and start, instead of starting here, let's start one down and we'll just pull a little bit of slack out. Just like that. There we go. And remember, when you pull this tight, we want to make sure that we don't pull it on top of each other. Okay. And then we'll do the other side here. And let's go ahead and do it this one. Okay, sometimes this takes a little bit of time, so just be patient. How you dress your knot is how it's going to look when you're done, so take your time here. Okay, now that we have it semi-tight, let's go ahead and finish pulling the accenting cord all the way through. So we'll start with this one. We're just going to grab the accenting cord and we're going to gently pull it, if you can see that there. And you can see right here, we're pulling it down into the knot. Nice and easy. The reason we do that is we want to hide that end. So we're going to pull it nice and slow. There we go. So it's in there good. And now, since the accenting cord has these edges on it, when we tighten this up one more time, the accenting won't come out. So we'll just pull it snug, and then now we'll give this side nice and tight here. There we go. Now let's go ahead and pull our other cord. And I believe that, there it is, I think it's this one. No, must have been this one. Alright, so let's go ahead and pull this snug, and we're going to pull that knot, or the accenting, into the knot. There we go. And then now we'll go ahead and take the rest of the slack out. Okay, and we'll just go ahead and pull everything tight from both sides, and we'll put the final tightening up on this. Okay, And if you see you get a snag every once in a while, which you will, you can just take and hit it with your whatever lighter you have, and you'll end up with something like this. Okay, let me show you how to trim these white leads here. And since this knot is really tight and it's not a load bearing or anything like that, we're just going to cut these flush and not singe them. But I'm going to show you how to do that so you don't cut the rest of the cord. Take yourself a nice sharp razor blade, set it right where you want it to go, and do not cut by putting pressure on the razor blade. You want to cut by putting pressure on the cord you want to cut. Okay? And just work it nice and easy. There you go. And it'll be nice and flush, and you won't have damaged any of the cords around you. If you try to cut with the razor blade, a lot of times you'll end up cutting other parts of the knot. So you want to just lay it right where you want it, and then start working the cord just like that. And then you can come back and clean up the little edges. Just clean them up a little bit, and that will pretty much hide all of that. And then now we have a completed double lanyard knot with accenting. We have leads on this side, and we have leads on this side, and we still are working with the same cord. So one last step to finish this first video is we're going to go ahead and cut the loops that were in this cord on this side. So we're going to pull them tight. We're going to cut them, and we're going to go ahead and singe them up. And again, don't touch hot nylon like this unless you have calloused fingers like I do, because it will hurt you. And you know, just be safe. Get your fingers wet if it's too hot. Do something to protect them. Use a device and roll it onto the back of your pliers. There's a lot of different ways to do it. There's no wrong way, no right way. Whatever works for you is the right way to do it. So, and this works for me. It doesn't hurt me or anything. So now we have four. Let me go ahead and zoom out a little bit here. So now we have our double lanyard knot, and on one side we have 4 leads. On the other side we have 4 leads. So this is the end of the first video on how to make the double lanyard knot necklace. And stay tuned for part 2, where we'll talk about the 4-strand round braid on here and how to end it here. And I've got a new way to do that, which hides the singe marks so you don't see those anymore. So this Paracord Weaver. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was informative, and we'll see you next time.